and like KP leads and other orgs, I feel people look at KP as a social org. I think it's just reiterating a lot of things and nothing more than that, which is kind of sad. And how I feel about that, or how I would work to really break that superficial wall, like I said before, is to gain that respect from people. So going to those SAC meetings, putting myself out there with like CSA, BSA, BSU, MECHA, the sororities and frats. I mean, I bet we give them the same type of impression, like, oh, frats and sororities, you know, like really getting to know the community, our people, where we're coming from. Because if we really are like most brothers and sisters, we are a family, and we have dysfunctions and problems and issues, and we could all solve that together. And if we could really let people know why, or understand, well, how come we're like this, maybe we could really explain ourselves and defend ourselves a little bit better when we know where they're coming from. And yes.
Can you repeat the question?
What is your impression of the oppression KP is leaving on the works on campus, and how do you see yourself affecting that oppression?
Well, I know that with the other FCC orgs, you know, let me start over again. I know from what I hear and from what people say, it's either, you know, we're polarized one or the other. Either we're too social or we're too political. With other FCC orgs, you know, by word of mouth, I could hear that, you know, we're definitely too political, or we're, you know, we're all about bringing down the man, or, you know, that's just something that I don't respect, you know, because I see ourselves as we're trying to balance these out, and with other organizations on campus, we're too social. So what I hear is very, you know, bipolar, and how could I affect that, you know, by, it is in the title itself, public relations, and, you know, we could, by doing my job, we could definitely affect what people think and how, sorry, I'm just like really incoherent right now, but by doing my job, if I get elected as public relations, we can definitely show the effort that we put inside our organization trying to balance out social and political. And because it's very demeaning to hear either we're too social, that it would, you know, really affect like how we relate politically, or either we're too political and it would, how we're not social enough. And I don't see that. I really see that, especially being on board, we're really trying to create a balance for that. And as public relations, you know, I'm ready to prove them wrong. Prove them wrong that, you know, we're trying our best here to really balance out our flaws. So, yeah.
Can I answer? Yeah. Okay. Another thing, I hear that the impression that KP leaves is that we're apathetic, like we don't care about, you know. So with me, I don't commit to things if I don't feel like I stand up for it. But running for PR, I will put KP on my back, and I will represent us very well. So that's what I mean by articulating my speech and making sure I'm presenting all the positives and all the good stuff that KP is doing, and letting them know that we are not just putting ourselves in a certain area, but we will encompass everything on campus and all the aspects of what our community is working towards. Public relations is very important because I believe in goals, and you can only do one goal at a time. So if I have external, if I have publicity, if I have all these other people that could really help me out, we could get all the goals done together in an efficient way, in a productive way, and we could communicate to other people. So with public relations, I could really focus on whatever it is that my responsibility is at that moment and prioritize myself and really get things done if I have all these other people to back me up and support me. So I feel like public relations is a good position to be on board.
I think public relations is an important role in the board. Well, mainly because the vice chair external is an executive position, and it has separate responsibilities. Publicity also has separate responsibilities as well, being on secondary board. But public relations, it may seem like a mix of both those, but in reality, it has just it has pretty much just one coherent goal to represent KP, be a face of KP. And the vice chair external and publicity could do this, but then strictly, this is the role of public relations, just, in the title itself, public relations. And this is why I think it's important, because public relations, sole purpose, not sole purpose, but one of the main priorities is to go out there and be the face and promote KP. And I think I'm very adept at doing this. I mean, I might be a little nervous now, but this is what I'm ready for.